Hi, good morning. I'm Dwight De Leon, congressional reporter for Rappler. We are here at the Batasang Pambansa in Quezon City. Behind me is the Office of the Secretary General, where today the third impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte is being filed. Numerous Catholic priests led the filing of the third impeachment complaint, which accuses the Vice President of betrayal of public trust and culpable violation of the Constitution. They insist that Vice President Sara Duterte, removing her from office, is not only a constitutional obligation, but a moral one. The petition reads, "She cannot be vice president a minute longer," end quote. 6 priests are listed as complainants. 2 of them are from the Diocese of Novaliches, 3 of them from the Order of the Carmelites, and 1 from the Congregation Mission. Notable names include Reverend Father Antonio Labiao Jr., one of the conveners of the Clergy for Good Governance, and Father Daniel Franklin Pilario, a Cebuano priest who fought against drug war killings. Other signatories include leaders of 4 non-governmental organizations and the Union of People's Lawyers in Mindanao itself. The complaint relied heavily on the findings during the numerous hearings of the House Good Government Committee, which has been investigating the Vice President's alleged misuse of public funds. They zeroed in on the 125 million pesos that the OVP received, the Office of the Vice President received in 2022, as well as the 112.5 million pesos that the Department of Education received in 2023 when the Vice President was the Secretary of DepEd. For the 125 million pesos, the complainant said Duterte committed plunder through malversation because she is a public and accountable officer who is in custody of the funds, yet she is unable to thoroughly justify how those funds were disbursed. And she also allegedly failed to aside from failing to submit or account for those funds, she allegedly submitted fabricated receipts, and allegedly her security personnel disbursed those funds. They argue that she betrayed public trust when she deliberately concealed the fact that no surveillance activities took place, which is the supposed intent of the confidential funds. We have to remember that the 125 million pesos that the Office of the Vice President, that Sara Duterte's office spent in 2022, was not originally part of her budget because it was former Vice President Leni Robredo who prepared those funds for the year 2022. But Vice President Sara Duterte eventually received those funds after she requested it from the government. We later learned during budget deliberations in 2023 that she disbursed or she exhausted all those funds, all 125 million of that money within 11 days. The complaint also zeroed in on how the Vice President or how DepEd, under Sara Duterte's leadership, submitted documents it had secured from the Armed Forces of the Philippines to justify the millions of pesos in confidential expenses for AFP-led Youth Leadership Summit, even though DepEd did not spend a single centavo on those events. The complaint reads, and I am going to read it again, according to the complaint, "If this honorable House of Representatives allows the Vice President to get away with what she did, what is stopping other less ethical public officials from misappropriating millions and millions of hard-earned public money by the mere flimsy excuse that this position be confidential?" The complainants are as follows. We already told you Father Labiao of the Diocese of Novaliches. We also have Reverend Father Joel Sabalia, also from the Diocese of Novaliches. Reverend Father Rico Ponce of the Order of the Carmelites. Reverend Father Janicio V. Ramos, also of the Order of the Carmelites. Reverend Father Esmeraldo Reforial of the Order of the Carmelites. Father Pilario of the Congregation of Mission. Simon Serrano, founder of Stop Corruption Philippines. Wilfredo Villanueva, lead founder of Stand Up for a Good Rosary Group. Pinky Tam, also member of the same group. The Union of People's Lawyers in Mindanao, which is part of the list of complainants as a whole, and Maria Loreto Lopez, co-founder of the Matina Community Pantry. We also have lawyer Chanel Aubrey Giannina Gomez. The 1987 Constitution gives Speaker Martin Romualdez a maximum of 10 session days to include the impeachment complaints and the order of business in the plenary, then 3 session days thereafter to refer it to the Justice Committee. However, Congress adjourned for the holidays yesterday, Wednesday, December 18, without endorsing or without referring any of the referring any of the impeachment complaint in the plenary or in the Justice Committee. So it can be presumed that the referrals, as stipulated in the 1987 Constitution, will be conducted when the House resumes session in January. That's the latest here at the House of Representatives. I'm Dwight De Leon for Rappler.